Hey there, welcome to a new episode of the Community Show. I'm Casey Worley. On this week's show, we will begin with what's going on, news and events from Floyd and Wythe Counties. And then we will move on to this week's sports action. And then finally, on this week's Something to Chat About, we will be chatting with Lori Saltus and Barbara Newton with NRV Bridals and Events and Citizens to talk about their ribbon cutting for NRV Bridals and Events and Citizen sponsorship with the organization. And then after that, we will be sitting down to chat with a couple members of Plenty about an event that they have coming up called Feeding Floyd County. So stay tuned and we'll be right back after this. And now for this week's What's Going On, beginning with Wythe News, sponsored by the Wytheville Enterprise. Less than a year after 3 people died in a 95-vehicle pileup on Interstate 77 in Carroll County, $7.5 million for safety improvements has been approved for the fog-plagued stretch of the interstate. Virginia Governor Terry McAuliffe announced Monday that VDOT will begin work this spring to install electronic signs, cameras, and other technology to improve safety. Construction is expected to be completed by the summer of 2015. Moving on, the town of Wytheville's Public Works Department was praised Monday night by town council for its snow clearing efforts. Crews worked around the clock following the area's first significant snowfall earlier this month. In a report to town council, town manager Wayne Sutherland noted there are 186 lane miles of roadway in Wytheville. He also pointed out that plowing snow in towns is different from removing it from highways because of manhole covers in the streets and intersections. According to Sutherland, 100 tons of salt was used on the streets. Vehicles required 900 gallons of diesel fuel and 600 gallons of gas in clearing streets. He reported that town crews logged 344 hours of overtime. 5 dump trucks with plows, 7 pickup trucks, and a motor grader were involved, Sutherland said. Next, the driver of a 1998 Kenworth tractor-trailer has been charged with failure to maintain control after his vehicle overturned early Wednesday morning on Interstate 81 at the 59.4-mile marker. Terry Lee Mulkey, age 48, of Calhoun, Georgia, suffered minor injuries in the wreck. According to Sergeant M.T. Conroy of the Virginia State Police, the crash occurred at approximately 4 a.m. The rig was southbound on the interstate when it ran off the road on the left into the median. Driver fatigue, Conroy said, led to the crash. Mulkey is the owner and operator of the rig, which sustained some damage, the officer reported. A northbound lane was closed much of the morning as the truck's cargo of peaches, grapes, and plums was loaded into another trailer. Next year, the backpacks for every freshman and sophomore at Fort Chiwell High School will be a lot lighter. Instead of textbooks, they will carry computer tablets downloaded with e-versions of the books. This effort is part of the Virginia e-learning backpack initiative, which provides every 9th grade student attending a public school that is not fully accredited with a tablet computer, digital content and applications, and access to content creation tools to have that. After last year's SOL scores were released, Fort Chiwell High School was accredited with warning because of low math scores attributed to more increased rigor in the state math tests. Because the school is in school improvement status, it is eligible for grants that cover the cost of the tablets. During the 2014-2015 academic year at Fort Chiwell, freshmen and sophomores will receive tablets. And in the next 2 years, freshmen will receive them so that by the 2016-2017 academic year, all students will have a tablet. The lightweight computers will be checked out at the beginning of each year, just like a textbook. Students can take the tablets home, but must leave them at the school when they graduate. Next, the cashier at Southern States might ask you to part with an extra dollar this month. But don't worry, it's not inflation on the rise, it's for a good cause. Southern States is supporting the National FFA organization by selling FFA emblems for only $1. The campaign takes place February 19th until March 24th. After you buy an emblem, you can sign your name on it or even the name of a child you care about. The emblems will then be displayed in the store for all to see. Proceeds are split between the local FFA chapter, the state FFA association, and the National FFA Foundation. To buy a paper emblem, visit a participating Southern States cooperative near you. Finally, Let the Good Times Roll will be the theme of Casino Night 2014, a first-of-its-kind fundraiser for the Brock Hughes Free Clinic. The event will be held Saturday, March 1st from 6 until 10 p.m. at the Wytheville Meeting Center. Individual tickets will be $25. They will include admission, drink ticket, heavy hors d'oeuvres, and play money for the gaming tables. Games will include roulette, blackjack, craps, and poker. They will be conducted by professional dealers from a casino event. No real money will be handled, noted Teresa Tolliver, the clinic's executive director. It will all be play money. Any money participants win during the evening will qualify them for drawing of prizes at the end of the event. And moving on to Floyd news, sponsored by the Floyd Press. As a result of the winter storm and its after effects in mid-February, the Floyd County Board of Supervisors signed off on an official declaration of emergency last night. The document will be forwarded to the state. Governor Terry McAuliffe declared a state of emergency in Virginia as the storm approached. Such a declaration offers assistance from state agencies. Floyd County's School Board and Board of Supervisors recently met in a joint session to take a look at the first budget proposal for the school division. The meeting was held at the school administration building. Next, Plenty will be holding an event in Floyd County called Feeding Floyd County on March 15th. They will be showing a documentary movie called Food Stamped. Later in the show, we will be sitting down to discuss the event with a couple of Plenty members. And then finally, don't forget to come out to Citizens Centennial Celebration on Friday, February 28th from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. Enjoy games, prizes, a special unveiling at 10 a.m. and a time capsule burial at 2 p.m. For more information, please call Citizens at 745-2111. And that is all for this week's What's Going On. Stay tuned. Up next, we will have this week's sports action.
United Country, Blue Ridge Land and Auction Company, a national franchise with offices across rural America with over 20,000 listings and 400,000 buyers. New in 2013 specialty property groups, including farms and agricultural, luxury and premier, recreational, and country homes. Find your freedom. Own your lifestyle. United Country, Blue Ridge Land and Auction Company.
Offering authentic Italian food and American food with a twist, Mickey G's features fresh seafood, brick oven pizza, outdoor dining, gluten-free options, and local produce when available. Whether dining a la carte, chef's choice, or family style, you are sure to leave satisfied. Be sure to check us out online at Facebook and coming soon to Twitter.
Finally, real Italian.
And now for this week's sports action. Beginning with basketball, the Floyd County Lady Buffaloes basketball team will be competing in the Region 2A West tournament against Gate City on Thursday, February 27th at 8 p.m. at Floyd County High School. If the Lady Buffs continue to win, then they will move on to the final game of the Region 2A West tournament on Saturday, March 1st. And then the girls from there will be competing in the state tournament if they continue to win. Check out VHSL website for more information on all tournament action. And now moving on to softball. For Floyd County High School on Thursday, March 11th, they will have a scrimmage game versus Salem at Salem High School at 5 o'clock p.m. And then on Friday, March 14th, they will have an away game versus Cave Spring beginning at 4:45 p.m. And for Fort Chiswell softball, on Thursday, March 6th, they will have a scrimmage at Carroll County beginning at 4:30 p.m. And then on Tuesday, March 11th, they will have another scrimmage away versus Marion Senior at 4:30 p.m. And now moving on to baseball. For Floyd County High School, on Tuesday, March 11th, they will have a scrimmage versus Pulaski County at Pulaski County High School beginning at 4:30 p.m. And then on Wednesday, March 13th, they will have a scrimmage against Northside High School at Northside at 4 o'clock p.m. And now moving on to soccer. For Floyd County High School, on Monday, March 10th, the boys soccer team will have a home game versus Grayson County beginning at 5:30 p.m. And for Fort Chiwell, on Thursday, March 13th, the boys soccer team will have a scrimmage away at Marion Senior beginning at 5:30 p.m. And that is all for this week's sports action. Stay tuned. Up next, we will have this week's Something to Chat About.
This is Bud Foster speaking for Harvey's. Harvey's Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Floyd has been a great addition to the Harvey's automotive family. There's a great line of cars and trucks. You get friendly, no pressure attention, and excellent service. They have a wide selection of new Chrysler, Jeep, and Dodge products, as well as lots of used vehicles at truly fantastic prices. And the only thing better than the drive out to Floyd is the drive home. Visit Harvey's Chrysler, Jeep, and Dodge in Floyd, Virginia.
Gardner Funeral Home has been a family-owned and operated business since 1979. In the past 34 years, we have updated and expanded our facilities to meet the needs of the families we serve. We offer many arrangement options to help you create a funeral or memorial service that honors the memory of your loved one. This is Bobby Gardner, and I consider it a privilege to serve the people of Floyd County.
And last week we showed you a highlight video of NRV Bridals and Events ribbon cutting ceremony, and today we're actually delighted to have one of the co-directors for the organization here, Barbara Newton. And we also have Lori Saltus from Citizens, who we're going to be discussing the ribbon cutting as well as Citizens' involvement as a sponsor of the organization. So first, welcome ladies, good to have you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, and so first Barbara, tell us, what was the ribbon cutting for?
We have an awesome organization in the New River Valley, our Montgomery County Chamber of Commerce, and one of the things that they do is they recognize the need to network. And so what we do, what they routinely do for the businesses that are members of the chamber, is they have these wonderful ribbon cuttings, which are events for us to get together to say, hey, we're open for business, and we want to let you know a little bit about us. Right.
Well, and so what is the nonprofit status that this ribbon cutting ceremony was for? What does that exactly mean?
Well, it means that the organization that I'm part of, NRV Bridals, has decided to acquire a nonprofit status because we want to demonstrate to the community that it's not about making certain people in the company money. It's about making everybody affiliated with the organization making money for them. Like we like to say, putting money in their back pocket. And so you have to go through a process, and you have to wait for IRS to approve you, and we got that approval, and that was wonderful.
That's awesome. Now, I know that you all have many exciting events throughout the year, one of which was the first annual Sweetheart Showcase, which was last weekend.
In Roanoke.
Right, at the Holiday Inn.
A great turnout, and we had some great people there. Joyce Sutton and Maravik, my co-CEO, did a wonderful job executing the program. In other words, she just made sure everybody had what they needed, and we were able to showcase people from the community, especially in this situation from the Roanoke community, for the bridal and special event industry.
Right. Now, what other exciting events do you have coming up this year?
Well, we are helping the Alexander Black House hold their gala, and that's in Blacksburg. That's a big deal because Mr. Black is the founder of Blacksburg, the namesake, and we are excited to be part of that. And we've got a couple other things planned, but we haven't announced them quite yet. We will very shortly. We have a website, and we have a Facebook site, and that's wonderful these days because you can keep people posted that way.
Right. Now, I know Citizens is actually a sponsor of this event, so tell us, Lori, how is Citizens involved with the organization?
Well, we're a proud sponsor of NRV Bridals. We're very fortunate to have met Barb and Maravik and be a part of this organization. We are very excited because we're going to work together to create a program, 3 weddings in the NRV, and more information will be coming out very soon about that, so all the viewers need to stay tuned for that information.
Great. Now, tell us, how do local businesses get involved with NRV Bridals and Events?
Well, if you've got a special event or a wedding coming up, of course, visit our website or visit our Facebook site, and you can see how to contact us, and then you can start asking questions about services that you might need or want. And if you are a vendor, someone who's interested in becoming part of the organization, do the same thing. Look at the contact information and see what we're involved in, and see if you want to plug into us. What we do best is we give people a place, the Facebook and the website, to start, whether you're having a wedding or a special event, or whether you want to be part of it because you're a vendor.
Right. Well, that's awesome. It's a great organization for all of you small businesses out there, as well as, like she said, the brides and the grooms. Can't forget the grooms. But so that is all the time that we have for today. Stay tuned. Up next, we will have an interview with a couple of Plenty members from right here in Floyd County. Will you be able to eat for less than $2 per meal and still eat healthfully? This is the question that Plenty is asking right here in Floyd County. Join me in welcoming Jonathan Vandergrift, Everett Vandergrift, and Karen Day with Plenty as we discuss an upcoming event that they have, Feeding Floyd County. So first off, welcome. Glad you all three are here.
Thank you.
So tell us, what exactly is this event, Feeding Floyd County?
Well, with Feeding Floyd County, we want to bring the community together to look at how difficult it can be to eat on a budget, like a food stamp budget, and to come up with more solutions for how we can feed our neighbors.
Well, how did you come up with this event?
It was really Jonathan's idea.
Well, yeah, I work at the food bank, and of course we're always short on supplies. The demand's always higher than the supply. So we were trying to find ways where we might be able to raise a little bit of money to help us through the winter and into the summer. So talking with my wife, one night we were trying to brainstorm and came up with an idea of, well, let's watch a movie that talks about this, that addresses this issue. And that's how we came up with the idea of screening a film, Food Stamped, which is specifically addressing this area that we're trying to tackle.
Right. Well, tell us a little bit about this movie, Food Stamped.
Well, Food Stamped is actually a documentary that was set up by director Yoav Potash and his wife, Shira, where they take a week and set up a budget, just what someone would normally have if they were living on food stamps.
Right.
And beyond just trying to survive and just trying to eat, they wanted to find out, can you eat healthy? Can you still eat fresh vegetables? Can you have a good balanced diet while you're still living on food stamps? And so they went through the week. The film walks them through day by day, meal by meal, and going through and how do they address this and what challenges they come up along the way. Right. And there are some humorous parts of the film where the director, the husband is always continuously hungry throughout the film. So.
Right. Well, I hear that you will actually be Skyping with the filmmakers. So that's really exciting. What do you hope to learn with those filmmakers and to teach Floyd County citizens?
Well, we were really inspired by their challenge, and so we're asking other people to take on the challenge too and give it a try. Can we eat healthy on a food stamp budget? So from March 8th to 15th, anyone who wants to can try that challenge. And then we hope during the time that we're speaking with the filmmakers afterwards, we can come up with more ideas for how we as a community can help feed people. We have several food pantries working with us, New River Community Action and Calvary Baptist Church, and we're really wanting to survey what have we done and what more could we do. So we'll be asking people, how do you want to be part of the solution?
Right. Well, I think it's great. How do people find out more information on this event?
Well, you can contact us by email at plenty@swva.net or call us at 357-5657. We do have tickets available, and since it's a fundraiser, we're trying to raise money with those tickets, so they're $25 a person or $40 for two. Okay. And if you are living on food stamps, we'd like you to be there as our guest.
Wow, that's great. And I appreciate you all coming in and talking about this great event. So find out more information by emailing or by phone.